So, are we rolling? I think we might be rolling. So this is my first YouTube thing, aside from one that I did a while back, which was just me sitting and playing my guitar. This is a brand new thing I'm going after now with not much music involved. So it'll mostly just be thoughts and ideas, and for the most part, I'll probably just be reading my blog. So if you would rather have me read my blog to you, this is the place. Or if you'd rather just read the blog yourself, go to the blog, buskerbayarea.wordpress.com. That's Busker, B-U-S-K-E-R, Bay Area, as in San Francisco and Oakland, Bay Area.wordpress.com. So, by means of introduction, my name is Pete Feltman. I am a musician. I am a seminarian. I've just started my final semester of my final year of seminary. Looking forward to being done and graduating. And I'm also an activist, most recently becoming active in the nonviolent Revolt against the rich. This is a campaign, a nonviolent campaign, to meaningfully redistribute the wealth of the world and simultaneously eradicate global debt. I know these are big ideas, and I think that you, as a human being, conscious and breathing, paying attention to these words that I'm saying, I'm hoping that you can get behind those very things and agree that they are indeed a good idea, that they'll lead to world peace, they will lead to equality for all, they will lead to free resources, they will lead to free food. This is the way of the future, and here I am putting it on YouTube. My roommate and good friend had a really good idea about the future of YouTube that was essentially along the lines of YouTube democracy, which I think is pretty cool. So people can do exactly what I'm doing right now, putting their own thoughts and opinions and beliefs, hopefully based in a factual realm, out onto the world wide web for everyone to listen and pay attention to. So I'm kind of getting on board with that idea. It's just another way for me to make my voice heard, and that's the most foundational element of democracy, is simply making your voice heard. And unfortunately, we have taken way too long to get to this point where we are now, where we're finally able to acknowledge that money has been our voice. So if that sounds like a little confusing to you, let me try to explain. We have our speaking voice, we have our singing voice, we have our voice of actions also. So oftentimes we say actions speak louder than words, and so I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what I'm talking about here. But we also have this language of money, which is reflected in our national and global economies. And frankly, all that stuff, all the money stuff, all the financial system stuff is all a bunch of bullshit, and we need to let it go right now before it's too late. That may sound like a doomsday warning. Warming is actually what I was about to say there. Global warming is what is happening, and we are stuck in this constant vicious cycle of consumption, which we are completely enabled by our culture to continue on. And if you don't believe that's true, just look at an advertisement and just look at this. I think one of the most indicative things is this concept of planned obsolescence on the part of many computer and technological manufacturers. They plan for the computer or whatever to break after a year, so you have to buy a new one, which pads their pocket and makes you have to go, pay them more. Hence padding their pocket. Of course, this is an extremely wasteful idea. You got to get a new computer every year to stay on top of stuff, and all those old computers are piling up in our landfills and destroying our environment. And this is not something that we can take lightly anymore. So, if you've been reading my blog at all, you know that I think that the answer is to revolt against the rich, and this will be a revolt for true equality and real freedom. And if we do it all together, we'll be able to redistribute the wealth and eradicate global debt and free up the resources so we can hopefully bring ourselves back from the brink of this ecological disaster that is confronting us right now. So what can you do? You can start right now by changing your mind that money is a good and helpful thing. I believe that it is not, and I'd like to prove it right now to you. I've got my billfold here in this $10 bill. Look at this. This is a $10 bill printed by the Federal Reserve Bank of America. That's it right there. We've got our Jefferson. You know, Jefferson said that every generation needs a revolution just to eliminate corruption. And I'm afraid that we've gone way too long without a revolution because obviously the only votes that happen in Washington and any other political realm these days are the votes that happen with the money. And that leaves out a whole population of people that simply aren't given a vote. That's not democracy. That's a I don't know what it is. It's quite frankly, it's a little bit of a neo-feudalist state. So it's basically like we are all a bunch of peasants working the land and giving all that we have over to the king. So back to the $10 bill here, we see we've got we the people. Let's see if you can say we the people. This money, this $10 bill does not represent you. You represent you. This money has nothing to do with your identity. And the more of it you have, quite frankly, probably the less identity you really have. The only way to really reclaim your identity is to get rid of the money. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the money. We can take a look at the back side here before we totally get rid of this thing. United States of America. United States of America is in decline. I'm 30 years old now, and I've only seen it get worse and worse and worse, and it's time to stand up and start doing something about that. It says, "In God we trust." I'm a seminarian. I've definitely put a lot of faith in my life towards God, and I can tell you that the concept of God is probably more well, it can be quite liberating, quite freeing, but it also has a way of being extremely harmful and controlling of people, and that's where religion has played a big part. Is just the control elements and those things. That's got to be let go. So anyway, back to the money. In God we trust. It's just funny that they put God on the money, I guess. This is funny money. It might as well be monopoly money, folks. And to prove that to you, we're gonna let it burn. I've already burned one $10 bill so far, and this is nothing. It's just like it feels good. So burn, baby, burn. I'm trying not gonna set myself on fire. This is liberating, folks. You should try it yourself. Just don't burn yourself. Because like I say, we can do this all non-violently. All we have to do is just get together, have a big old money burning ceremony. It'll be really cathartic, actually. We got pretty close. Okay, so this is YouTube video number 1, and I'm going to continue on. I'll probably put up about 1 or 2 a day, and basically just be reading my blog and throwing out any other ideas that I have. So feel free to leave comments. I'd love to hear your own personal opinions, and let's start making this world a better place. Truly. Thanks.